Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Wednesday, November 25th, 2015. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. A release from the Office of Prime Minister states that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, in its ongoing efforts to recalibrate its citizenship by investment CBI program, yesterday, Tuesday, November 24th, announced the immediate suspension of processing of new applications to the program from citizens and residents of Syria. Since assuming office in February of 2015, the National Unity Government of St. Kitts and Nevis, headed by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, has pledged to remain vigilant to protect the security and integrity of the world's oldest and most respected CBI program. As a consequence, certain legislative changes were immediately made to give the government maximum flexibility in addressing security and related concerns globally. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis will remain vigilant and responsive as it ensures that the security and integrity of its CBI program remains the country's top priority. The Prime Minister stated that the Federation's international partners can be assured that St. Kitts and Nevis will remain eternally vigilant in the global effort to maintain peace and security for all. He said St. Kitts and Nevis is and will remain a trusted partner in this effort, and he assured the country's international partners that it would always seek to uphold the principles of peaceful and productive coexistence while at the same time maintaining its sovereignty. Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory, yesterday, Tuesday, November 24th, received a courtesy call from His Excellency Duong Minh, Ambassador-designate of Vietnam to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The ambassador, accompanied by Minister Councillor Duong Hai Hong, met with the Premier at his office at Bath Hotel.
We discussed in our meeting areas of cooperation in tourism, in development of technology, in education, in agriculture, and also looking at opportunities for investment in businesses. I think this, for me this morning, it's been a great pleasure, a great honor to welcome His Excellency Mr. Minh, Ambassador of Vietnam to St. Kitts and Nevis, a resident in Cuba, but he's here to pay a courtesy call to establish that link, and I can say that our discussions were very fruitful, and I'm happy to have welcomed His Excellency and to have exchanged ideas with him on how St. Kitts and Nevis could benefit from Vietnam and how we could have mutual benefit and strengthen the relations between both our countries.
Ambassador Minh noted that it is an honor to be the first Vietnamese ambassador to St. Kitts and Nevis. He arrived in the Federation on Sunday, November 22nd, and presented his credentials to Governor-General His Excellency Tapley Seaton on Monday, November 23rd. Prior to his meeting with Premier Amory, the Vietnamese ambassador also met with the Speaker of the National Assembly, Franklin Brandt, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, and the Federal Minister of Trade, the Honorable Lindsey Grant.
Trước hết là cảm ơn ngài toàn quyền của Nevis.
First of all, I would like to express our thanks to the Premier of Nevis for your kind word to me. I had a discussion with Excellency Premier of Nevis in the area of cooperation, just like education, health, and service, and tourism, and agriculture as well. And I understand that St. Kitts Nevis, you don't have a big agriculture land, but St. Kitts Nevis, you have a lot of sea. So the cooperation between Vietnam and St. Kitts and Nevis, for example, in the area of aqua product, the aqua product, Vietnam is very much developed, and I think that the condition in St. Kitts and Nevis is very suitable for the aqua product. And I believe that with our effort from both sides, the relation between Vietnam and St. Kitts and Nevis will achieve another step for the happiness and benefit of the both countries.
The ambassador was also taken on a guided tour of the hot springs at Bath Stream and the botanical gardens. Yesterday, Ambassador Ming was also expected to meet with Federal Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, and President of the St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Damian Hobson. The Honorable Alexis Jeffers says, as Minister of Fisheries, it is incumbent upon him to do what is possible to make life easier for the island's fisher folk. Minister Jeffers, who is also the chairman of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, NHLDC, made this statement in response to the corporation's recent procurement of fish pot wire, which is being made available to the fisher folk on the island.
It has been a challenge over the last couple of years of sourcing or providing fish pot wires for our fishermen. As a matter of fact, over the last couple of years, the Fisheries Corp in Charlestown has not been in the position where they can financially sustain this type of business. We're hoping to get them to a point where they can do so in the near future, but in the meantime, the void that has been created, we here at the corporation have decided to do what is necessary to ensure that we have a supply of fish pot wire on the island.
This is the third stock of wire that the NHLDC has made available for purchase by fishers.
The first and second batch would have gone quickly. As a matter of fact, we were almost out when we had the shipment showing up, which was just in time, so to speak. But I want to say that we have two different sizes of wires here. We have the 5-foot and also the 6-foot. They are both 100 feet long. But this is the wire that the fishermen would normally buy, which are the 1.5-inch gauge. They're available at, the 5-foot is at $840 per roll, and the 6-foot is available at $900 per roll. Now, compare those prices to others on the island, it is almost half price.
The Fisheries Minister notes that the corporation's aim is merely to fill the void which has been created and ensure that the fish pot wire can be purchased at a reasonable price.
We can say from the corporation standpoint, we do not make that much of a profit. Whatever is made is enough to pay for the handling cost and the manpower that goes into stocking and selling these fish pot wires. What I can say though is that the complaints that existed before, where persons would have had inferior wire bought in the past, that is no longer the case since we have found a reasonable market and a market where we get quality wire. And of course, the fishermen can now go and ply the trade without any stress or difficulty in sourcing these wires.
Minister Jeffers says his only request of the island's fisher folk is that they ensure that the price of fish and fish products remains reasonable.
We have been able to keep the cost down for them. And of course, gasoline prices are reasonable at this point in time. So we are anticipating that these prices on fish would be maintained for some time to come. So it is certainly a good thing on our part that we're able to provide this service, albeit it is not at a profitable rate, but it's done in a way to ensure that the market is satisfied and fishermen are satisfied that they have access and can ply the trade and certainly provide these services in terms of fish, or the products, sorry, in terms of fish to the Nevisian market at a reasonable price, and now and also for the immediate future.
Purchases of fish pot wire can be made at the offices of the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation at Bellevue. Still to come.
The competition is on the 28th of November at the Central Bank Auditorium in St. Kitts. It starts at 6 p.m. and it is absolutely free.
We'll have the details after this break.
Get this map. Are you ready? I got the spirit of a fighter. Never ever quit. I got future to be brighter. Tired of this shit. So when you see when I play the money trick.
This is my story, real get a story. Hey, I remember those days when hell was my home, when me and mama bed was a big piece of foam.
Welcome back. Island Expressions, an organization which promotes positive youth involvement, is inviting the Division public to support the third edition of its National Spoken Word Competition. The group is excited about and looking forward to this year's competition, which, according to Logistics Coordinator Jihan Williams, will see 7 of the Federation's schools participating, including the 3 secondary schools on Nevis. Williams, along with founder and chairperson Samuel Duggins, Logistics Coordinator in Nevis, Seba Jones, and media representative Omari Fleming were visiting the schools last week to advertise the event.
Nevis is definitely on board, so we're over here today to promote. We're going to the schools and try to get as much energy for the project and build some hype for it, hopefully.
The National Spoken Word Competition is a component of Island Expressions Project Poetry.
Poetry is actually an acronym that stands for Putting Our Energy Towards Refocusing Youth. At Island Expressions, we realized that a lot of young people were struggling with some emotional issues, and we realized that they were using poetry as an outlet for a lot of the things that they were dealing with. And from that, we realized that we need to promote poetry as a positive form of expression. So that's where the whole idea of the high school competition came from, because in this competition we ask students to submit original pieces, and we usually give them a theme and allow them to write on a topic of their own.
According to Williams, students participating in this year's National Spoken Word Competition were asked to submit pieces on the theme Reimagining and Reshaping the Education System.
We're asking our student poets to submit pieces where they identify the flaws of the education system, and most importantly, make recommendations on how we can improve students' educational experience and ensure that what we produce at the end of the day are well-rounded, academically gifted students. We're promoting young people taking responsibility and involving themselves in what happens to them on a daily basis. And hopefully at the end of it all, we can see more well-adjusted, well-rounded young people in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The National Spoken Word Competition will take place at 6 p.m. on Saturday, November 28th at the ECCB Auditorium on St. Kitts. Admission is free.
We're not charging because we want people to come and freely enjoy the experience where we put the display of our the talents of our young people on display. So we're looking forward to it. We know that we have the support of the Vision community. We just hope that people take some time out, come and really support the students, rally around the schools, the other schools in St. Kitts as well, but definitely rally around young people.
Following Saturday's competition, Island Expressions hopes to compile the poems into a book which will be made available to the public. The Gingerland-based Empire Sports and Social Club is hosting a number of activities in the month of November to celebrate its 36th anniversary. Yesterday, the club's president, Eric Evelyn, gave us these details about the activities slated for tomorrow, Thursday, November 26th.
We have an educational forum that has been organized for Thursday, that's this Thursday, the 26th of November, at the Charles Walters Community Center in Hanleys Road from 7:30. We have 3 persons or 3 panelists who will make brief presentations. We have a doctor who will speak about diabetes and hypertension. We have a lawyer who will speak about property ownership and the making of a will. And we also have a banker who will speak about money management. And so we're inviting persons to come out and be at the forum on Thursday at 7:30 at the community center in Hanleys Road.
Evelyn also outlined another upcoming activity which will be hosted by the club and encouraged persons to take part.
On Saturday, the 28th of November, we have what is normally one of our major activities for the anniversary. We have our 35 and over anniversary dance, and that is happening at Revere House on Government Road on Saturday, the 28th, from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. And Music will be provided by the Casanova Band along with Garlic, and this year we have added DJ Bulf as well. And so we have excellent entertainment lined up for you, and the cost is only $20. Buy ticket, or you can pay at the door. Tickets are available from members of the club, and if you do not get a ticket, you can come and pay at the door. So we are promising you, the mature crowd, an excellent evening out on Saturday, November the 28th, where you can come and dance your shoes off, bring your best behavior, and the music, I know, will be awesome.
According to Evelyn, the proceeds generated from the activity would be used to host activities in the community, including a Christmas party for the children and the Empire Sports Club's annual seniors outing. And that's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Good night.